Hi, everybody. I'm Ben Heller, and this is James Spears. Welcome to Global Mobility Uncensored. James, how you doing today?
All the better for seeing you, Ben.
Oh, you're a gem. Today, we've got one question on the mind. It's about Net Promoter Scores. Are they effective at tracking satisfaction in the global mobility space? James, you have 1 minute. 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, thank you, Ben. I'm going to go out here and say I'm not a fan of the Net Promoter Score. I think that it's more suited to a product industry as opposed to a service industry. I feel that when you're delivering a service, you need to be, and if you're doing this, whether it's a Net Promoter Score or any other evaluation that only asks the question after the service has been completed, I think there's a flawed system in place there. I think that what we need to be doing is tracking sentiment through the actual service delivery, understanding how our customer is feeling about the service that we're delivering. And I think we should be in a position where we can act on that service. Mm-hmm. And I just don't feel that the Net Promoter Score does that. I feel that the Net Promoter Score is more geared towards a product or a brand. And I think it has a space there and it works well there. But for an ongoing service that has a time frame that you need to work over, you need to be tracking sentiment and you need to be seeing how your customer's feeling so you can influence that favorable score at the end instead of waiting to understand what that's going to look like.
James, that's a great answer. Can you put a minute on my clock?
I can put a minute on your clock. On your marks, get set, go.
As usual, I kind of disagree with you. I actually think Net Promoter Score is pretty good. And now, it is not the end-all be-all metric that we should all bow down to, and it was proclaimed as the one metric you need to track for growth. I don't buy that at all. It is one metric, but it is widely used across a variety of services, solutions, products, and it's a comparable metric across our industry. So I like it from that perspective. I don't like it in that, I think that who's giving out 9s and 10s? Who are these people that are giving out 9s and 10s to everything? I think I've given out 2 9s in my entire life. And so I would expect more scores to come in that 10, 15, 20 range. And to me, in the global mobility space, that's probably a good score. I don't know who these people are getting 70s. That just doesn't register to me as being legit. But I think it's great from that perspective, but to me, it doesn't show you how you can actually improve anything. So I think there's other questions for that.
There we go. And that's your minute. It's actually interesting that you say the 9, who's given out a 9. And I think where it goes, that works well for that final evaluation. When you want to know what the overall experience has been, put a rating of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, whatever you want to put in there. I think as you're tracking through, sentiment should either be, a smiley face, an unhappy face, a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It should be as simple as possible, just for the simple reason what you said there is you've given out a 9 twice. You want to be able to track what the sentiment is. I don't want to guess what a 5 is or a 6 is or what a 3 or a 4 is. I want to know whether the customer is happy or unhappy about the service.
So maybe we should be tracking this via emoji.
Emoji. I mean, if you go to an airport and you go through and you use their toilets, you come out and you got a little thing that's saying, how was the toilet? Unhappy.
I've never had a smiley face coming out of a toilet, and I think that's a good thing. Well, ultimately, we're probably both wrong. I would love to hear what you and the audience have to say. Do you use Net Promoter Scores? Do you like them? Do you think they're actually a good metric? Put a comment in below. And in the meantime, thanks for watching. I'm Ben. This is James, and hope you have a wonderful day. Cheers.
Cheers.